I understood in the spirit what was being said, and so everybody was like, "Did you hear that?" And one guy said, "Oh, I think it's gonna rain," because it was clouds. So he was like, "I think that was thunder and everything." They were saying like that, and other people no, they were like, knew it was God. But they asked me, "What was that being said? What was being said, Tom?" And I wanted to say what was being said, but I couldn't say it. It was like I was being stopped. I was like, and I like didn't freeze, but it just wouldn't come out. It was like my tongue was being held, and then it it came again the message, but this time it was on paper, like notepad, and it was in English, and still everybody that read it didn't understand it.
Look at you.
I understood what it meant, but it was like I couldn't translate it. I couldn't say what it was saying. And what does it mean? They were telling me. And I go, I know what that means, but I have to tell you in tongues. Well, tell us in tongues, they told us. They told me, so I started speaking in tongues, and when I spoke in tongues, they all fell like slain in the spirit, or some were repenting and praising God, and some were jumping and everything and raising their hands up in the air. But it was just like, that was it. That was the end of the dream. And I never was really truly understood what it was being said. I knew inside me. I
Come
built
to me what it is. It's a judgment call to a city. And I believe what that judgment call is going to come is to San Francisco.
So,
Mm-hmm. And the reason why you couldn't say nothing is because God said, I'm going to talk. Man's not going to talk to me no more.
wow.
Because we are in those days right now.
Yeah.
You can preach it and teach it, and they won't hear you.
Yeah.
People are not listening. They're caught up. They're caught up in the spirit of Antichrist, and it's put a blinder over their minds so they cannot understand what is going on. You talk to them and tell them, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. The church is blind. The church is literally, their minds have been blinded by the enemy so bad that you can warn them, and you can warn them, and they don't listen. They don't take a heed.
Right.
So now it's what God said, enough is enough, so now I'm going to show you. I said that to somebody today. I said to them on the phone, I was talking to them, and I said, well, what you're going to begin to see is that God's not going to have men talk to him anymore. God's going to bring judgment.
Did you know that? Here I go. Did
But
you
it was,
know that
it was weird
Moses
because
used to talk to God?
Who?
Moses.
Yeah, he talked to God face to face.
God came down
He talked to him.
Mount Sinai.
Yeah.
And also Aaron, his brother, got to see him, got to be with him. Somebody behind me?
Yeah, Moses.
Oh,
Talk louder.
oh no, and I find it so fascinating. I didn't know. I thought nobody's seen the face of God.
No one has. No one can
But
see
Moses
God.
has.
He saw the back of him.
His back.
His back.
His back.
as you walk
Yeah.
by,
Why?
Because nobody can see God and live.
Yeah.
Because man is so full of sin, and God is so holy and so righteous that the Bible says that his eyes are like fire red. If any man sees his face, he'll consume him because of sin.
Uh-huh.
No man can see God at all, period.
But you know, I was reading, and God told Moses to bring, I don't know how many people from the tribes, 12 tribes or 9 tribes,
The elders.
to come up to the mountain
Yeah, to the elders.
and